choice. Now, if the UK government followed the Scottish government on tax, where we've just heard there's been clearly no detriment in terms of those who wish to come to Scotland to make their lives here, they could have an additional £15 billion to invest in public services, which would make a real difference, not just to people's quality of life, but also to the economy that supports.
Well, let me ask you a bit more about what the IFS said, because, you're saying austerity is a choice. Independence, line 1, page 1 of your manifesto, and we've just heard from the IFS, if Scotland was independent, we'd be pitching ourselves into 10 years of full-fat austerity.
Well, we're still 15 years into full-fat austerity.
So you want another 10?
No, I think what we need to do is uncouple ourselves from some of the disastrous choices that have been made by successive UK governments.
Which would result in 10 years of austerity.
And there's no more disastrous choice than Brexit, which none of the parties, other than the SNP in this discussion, are proposing should be reversed. Now,
this is really important, Richard Thompson. Do you dispute the fact, the IFS analysis, that we would have 10 years of serious tax rises, serious cuts, a full decade of austerity would be the result? It would be the first 10 years of independence. It's perfectly reasonable to say that's OK because the ultimate destination would be a far better country. But do you accept that that is the immediate reality?
Well, as you say, the destination would be what I would describe as a far better country, but there are implicit in that statement a number of value judgments which assume that any Scottish government of an independent Scotland would continue with the same spending lines as the rest of the UK. Now, I would expect growth to increase in an independent Scotland simply because you have that dynamic impetus that comes from being independent. You're no longer spending on the costs of government in London, and there's getting the economic spin-offs there. The economic spin-offs actually happen in Scotland. Also, you can get rid of... yes, but also you get rid of things like Trident, which is a monstrous drain on our economic resources. Okay. So it sets you on a better course, and it gets us back into the European Union, which means we can once again have freedom of movement, and we no longer have the drag of having trade borders with 27 of our closest partners.
OK, listen, this is not a discussion about independence.